Hi everyone. So today we will solve Hi everyone. So today we will solve the today's problem of the day. Minimum distance between three equal elements. One. So what is given in the question is like you are given an integer array nums and a tuple I, j, k of three distinct indices is good if nums I equals to nums j equals to num k. All the values, all the nums value should be equal at all the three indices I, j, and k. And the distance of a good tuple is absolute difference of ij, absolute difference of jk, and absolute difference of k minus I. We need to do addition of all these absolute difference of the indices, and where this abs is the absolute difference, absolute value, and return an integer denoting the minimum possible distance of a good tuple. If no good tuple exists, we can return minus one. So what we have given is like we have given a nums array and there will be a number of elements. We need to select three elements from that nums, and that at that suppose there is I, j, and k indices, and these value all the values. All the three values in this nums will be equal. So this I value nums of I is equals to nums of j is equals to nums of k. If this is the case that all the three values are equal, then what we need to find? We need to find the minimum possible distance. We need to find the minimum possible distance of a good couple. And the distance of the good couple is ABS of IJ plus ABS of J minus K plus ABS of K minus J. And if you will see, we need to find I minus J, J minus K, and K minus J. So we will see for the first example. The first example में क्या दिया है? We have given the nums array 1 2 1 1 3. If we will see for the three element, three different indices element that have the same value. तो अपन देखेंगे कि these three indices have the same value. 1 2 1 1 3 is the nums array, and these three have the same value. This is 0 index, 1, 2, 3, 4. Indices are also different only. We need different indices. All the values are different. So what we need to do is like we need to find 0 minus 3 plus 3 minus 2 plus 3 minus 0. So what we will get? 2 plus 1 plus 3. It is equals to 6. So we can return answer 6. And there is only one tuple whose value is like same for all the three elements, so we don't need to we don't need to find more answers to get the minimum value because there is only one tuple. We will go to the second example. Second example में अपन को जो nums factor दिया है वो है 1 1 2 3 2 1 and 2. If we will see for the tuple having the same value, so this is the one and this 2 2 2 is the one. We will see for the indices 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the indices. If we will see to 0, 1 and 5 is one tuple and second is 2, 4 and 6. Now we got the two tuples, so what we need to do, we need to find the minimum possible distance. So if we will try to find for this tuple, तो क्या होगा? It will be 5 minus 1 plus 1 minus 0 plus 5 minus 0. So it will be 4 plus 1 plus 5. So it will be 10 for this. If we will try to find for this, so 6 minus 4 plus 4 minus 2 plus 6 minus 2. So it will be 2 plus 2 plus 4. So it will be equals to 8. In this case, we got 8. In this case, we got 10. So what is the minimum? Minimum is the 8. So we can return 8. If we will see for the third example, so third example, we have the nums. We have the nums array 1 only. So there are not even three values here. So we can directly return minus 1. We can check if the value nums array size is less than 3, then we can directly return minus 1 in that case, because it is not even possible to get the three different indices in this case. Now if we will see for the constraint, so constraint it is given like n is the size of nums vector. It can start from 1 to 10 to the power 1 into 100. That means 1 into 10 to the power 2. And in this case, if you will see, we need to find three indices in the nums vector. So we need to find some I, J, and K indices. So we can if you will see, we can easily brute force approach is like we can easily use three for loops to get all the I, J, and K value. This is like the brute force approach to traverse through all the array and use these three for loops. In this case if you will see for the time complexity, it will be three for loops. So this will be O of n cube. And in our case, the constraint can last till 10 to the power 2 only, but n value can go till 10 to the power 2. So what is the n cube value? If n is at 10 to the power 2, then n cube value will be 10 to the power 6, and this 10 to the power 6 is less than 10 to the power k. So this question is basically marked as easy because of the constraint, because we are able to solve with this brute force approach also. So yeah, we can easily do this with the help of brute force approach, and because it is less than equals to 10 to the power 8, so we will not get PLE in this case. So if I will see at the solution, so what I have given is what I have did in this question is like I have declared the answer integer equals to int max. Why I have declared int max is like because we need the minimum value. We will try to find the minimum value. That's why I have declared int max. If in our question it is given like we need to find the maximum value, then in that case I will declare it with int min. You need to see this कि क्या करना है अपन को find. We need to find the minimum value or the maximum value. In this case, we need to find the minimum value. So I have declared int max. And at the end, if we will not be able to get any answer, like we have seen in previous example 3, that nums size is something like this. Only one element is there. So in this case, we are not able to find the value. So after traversing this loop, if we will get the this answer value as int max only, then that will denote that we are not able to find any answer for this solution. So in that case, we can return -1, otherwise we can return answer. So how we will find the answer is like we will use three for loops. This first will start from 0 to n, second will start from I plus 1 to n, and k will start from j plus 1 to n. Why we are doing this I plus 1, j plus 1? Because we need to find the different indices. We need to find the different indices. That's why we are using this, because it will ensure if we will do start just from 0 and just from I plus 1 and just from I plus j, it will ensure that our I, j, and k will be distinct indices only. And in this case, there is one more, that it will make our solution more easy also. I will show you how it is, because after this three for loops, we will check if nums I equals to nums j and nums j equals to nums k hai. Then what we will do is we need to find the absolute difference of I minus j plus absolute difference of j minus k plus absolute difference of k minus I. But here, if you will see, we are using loop I from 0 to n, j from I plus 1 to n, and k from j plus 1 to n. So always our j will be greater than I and our k will be greater than j in this case, because we are using one extra value than that value for the for loop. So it will always be this case. So in this case, what we can say is like we need to find k minus j, because k will always be like greater than, so we will get positive value, and k minus I plus 1 is j minus I. We don't need to use absolute in this case, because we already know that k, in this case k, in this case k, and in this case j will be more than the second value. We already will get positive value only. If we will again, we will simply apply this, we will try to find this value k minus j, k minus I, and j minus I here, and we will denote it with x, and we will minimize our answer value. So that x is like minimum than answer, then we can replace answer with the x value. In this case, we don't need to write this value also. If you will carefully see j minus I plus k minus I plus k minus j. If you will see this minus j and plus j can cancel and this will be equals to 2k minus 2I. That means 2 into k minus I. You can do this also in place of this. You will get the same answer only. What is it is denoting 2 into this maximum of that tuple and the minimum value of that tuple. In that case also you will get the same answer only. You can do directly this with this also. For the better understanding, I have written this. So this is that is for this example. And in this case, you have seen in this case we have seen uh, that it is the complexity is it is going till 10 to the power 6, and we are able to do this with the brute force approach. But if you will see the second part of this question, minimum distance between three equal element second, in this the problem is almost same. But what they have given is like they change the constraints. Now our constraint is like n value start from 1 to 10 to the power 5. If we will try to find the previous case our solution is time complexity is big of n cube. But if in this case we will try to find the value of n cube, it will be 10 to the power 5, which is much greater than 10 to the power 8. We will get TLE. But if we will try to find for n square also, it will be 10 to the power 10. It is also greater than 10 to the power 8. So we will get TLE in this case also. So in this case, we need to try to find some solution whose time complexity will be big of n or big of n log n maximum, n log n. In this two case only, we can get the value within constant and we will not get TLE. So this basically this constant is making this problem as medium and the previous problem as hard. So what we can do in this question is like we notice that we need to find the same value indices कि जो array की value है वो same होनी चाहिए. तो same value है तो same value which data structure is using the same value, same value or same frequency we need to find, so we will use map. So in this case also we can use map. What how we will create map will be int comma set int. Why we will use this int comma set int in this map? Because int will represent the value which is equals to nums of I or nums of j or nums of k. It will represent the value of that value at that index of the array, and this set of int will represent the index. Since we need to find the distinct index, that's why we have used set int. And there is one more quality of using this set int. There is one more thing to use set int is like it will store the index in sorted order. Then we don't need to sort it again. It will already store it in sorted order. So correspondingly, we will try to fill the values in this map, and it will make our solution more easy. Um, I will tell you with the help of solution. So what I have done in this case, we have declared this integer value nums dot size, and what we have done is like we have declared this unordered map int comma set int mp. This int will be is like will store the value, and this set of int will store a number of index set of index. So whose value is equals to at that index the value is equals to this value. So we will traverse through this loop and we will use this mp of nums of I dot insert I. We will insert this I index in this nums of I value in the map. And then again we will declare our answer with int max. This I already told you like why we are using this int max in the previous problem part 1. So after this what we have done is like we are traversing through map. So in the map what we are doing, we have declared our size is equals to it dot size. It dot size is the size of the set. This is representing the size of the set. And if the set size is greater than equals to 3, like there are more than 3 values in that set, and what we will do is like we will store that values in the new vector, and we will directly transfer the values using this it dot to begin comma it dot end. It will transfer all the values of the set in the same order to the vector v, and we will traverse through I through that set using j equals to 0 to j less than equals to sz minus 3 j plus plus. I have used sz minus 3 here because we need to traverse through last third value only, because we need three indices, so we can't traverse through end of the index. We need to traverse this last third index only, because we after this we need two more values. So we use till sz minus 3, where sz is the size of the set, and we will try to minimize our answer using 2 into v of j plus 2 minus v of j. I have used this v of j plus 2 minus v of j because I need answer, minimum answer value in an answer. So if there are so many value in indices, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we will try to find for every three elements. Because if we will try for this, then this, then this, then that value, difference value will be maximum. But in this case, we need to find the minimum value. So we will try for the adjacent index only, then only we will get the minimum value. And we have already seen that this value is equals to 2 into maximum of that set minus minimum value of that set. And the set is already stored the answer in sorted order, so we don't need to sort it again. So vj plus 1 will represent the maximum value in that particular tuple, and this v of j will represent the minimum value. So 2 into v of j plus 2 minus v of j. And at the end of this, if we will get our answer as index, that means we are not able to find any solution, so we can return in -1. And if we are able to find any value of answer, so we can return that answer. In this case, if you can see, we have used one loop. So here the time complexity is big of n. And here also we traverse through the map. So if you can see, this map value can maximum till n only. So if we will combine this, somebody can see like we have used two loops, so that time complexity will go till big of n square. But if you will carefully see this this for loop and this for loop combined capacity, if it is taking like x time for this and y time for this, then this combined x plus y will be equals to n. So in this case also the time complexity will be big of n only, big of n plus big of n, so it will be big of n only. In space complexity, we have used this map, so space complexity is also big of n. So yeah, that's it for this. I hope you like this video. Thank you.